G'day guys, my name's Tuckshop. This is my tips and tricks for ranged. Today we're going to be having a look at how to stall ranged abilities, how to transfer stalled abilities onto a separate target, and then how to apply this stall to a bossy encounter with some extra tips. Let's get straight into it. To stall the ability, during combat, when you equip your Excalibur in your offhand, it won't immediately make you fire the ability for ranged until you go into melee distance. So I'll show you right now. So I'm going to equip the Excalibur, click away, and step off. Okay, so because I had an Excalibur on, it didn't allow me to fire my ability. But now let's have a look at when I do switch back to my weapon and I'll allow it to fire that ability. So here we go. The ability I'm going to stall is a Seren Godbow through my Essence of Finality necklace. Okay, so here we go. There's the SGB stall. Alright, switch back to my weapon, attack, and boom, it's stalled. Alrighty, here's a quick example of me using this. I'm demonstrating here at Talos. So I stepped off, stalled an SGB into a snapshot. Alrighty, so now that we understand how to stall a ranged ability onto a single target, I'm now going to show you how to transfer that stalled ability onto a secondary target. So for this example, I'm going to stall a Dark Bow special attack from target A onto target B. Okay, exactly the same as the first step. Alright, so we stall it using our Excalibur. Now I'm going to target cycle, spellbook swap, and that will apply it to the secondary target. So I'm not entirely sure why this works, but it does work. Okay, so I'll show you one more time what we're going to do. We're just going to apply a greater ricochet stall onto our second target. Alright, so I start with Excalibur. There's my greater ricochet. Okay, switch to like a two-handed. And now that will stall all of those abilities onto this target here. So you need to remember to target cycle, that should be keybound, and then spellbook swap. Okay, and this will allow that stalled ability to be transferred in the process. Alrighty, we have here an example of me using this at Queen Black Dragon. So you'll see here I equip my Excalibur. I've stalled a Seren Godbow. Now when I target cycle, there's the spellbook swap message, and I stack the SGB with a snapshot. Another very common place you might see this tactic done is Phase 4 Araxor. Because there's a scene transition, you need to wait. So I drop the dummy, Death Swiftness. Here you just see I stalled a Seren Godbow. I throw a Von Bomb, target cycle, spellbook swap. Releases the SGB stacked with a snapshot, and then I go into my rapid fire. So very good for stacking quick burst damage, and this is a prime example of where it's necessary. Okay, and finally, I'm going to now show you how to stall an ability into a PVM bossing instance. Okay, so I'm going to stall. Let's do a Seren Godbow special attack. I'm going to stall that into Corporal Beast. Okay, so here we go. I use Bladed Dive. For whatever reason, using only Bladed Dive will not cancel the stalled ability. So here we are going into the instance. Again, I can Bladed Dive. And now I use that exact same method, the target cycle, to spellbook swap, and you see there I applied the Seren Godbow. Alright guys, lastly I'm going to show you how to stall an ability into, let's say, a harder PVM instance, one that has interfaces. So Corporal Beast, you just run straight in, the boss is right there, you know. For Araxi, it's got a couple of interfaces. So here we are, I've stalled a Storm Shard. This is the most common one that you will see. Now that I've Bladed Dived, if I drop combat, okay, I'm going to start losing adrenaline. This adrenaline crystal will renew the timer. So I've got 10 seconds now. I've already got an instance open, so I'm going to fire in. Okay, then do my bladed dive. Now, as soon as the boss spawns, I'm going to do my target cycle to spellbook swap. There it is. There's the shard, and there's the 2 shards. Okay, I think they both splashed, but you saw the animation for the both of them. That's how we apply into a larger interface. And I'm just going to show one more clip of me doing it again. So there you see the Excalibur. That's the Storm Shard stall there. Bladed dive. And the crystal is now resetting my adrenaline cooldown timer to drop combat. Into the instance we go. Still got a couple of seconds here. There you'll see another bladed dive. So with that stalled Storm Shard, as soon as I see the boss timer appear, there's the first one and there's the second one. Okay, and you see down here on my buff bar that I've actually got 2 Storm Shards applied. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to show you how to the second method of stalling into an instance. Okay, this time I've chosen Hellweir. It's probably got the most interfaces. It's very annoying to stall into, but I'm going to show you a trick now of how to do it. The ability I'm going to choose, let's go with the good old Seren Godbow. Alright, so there's the stall. Now I know using bladed dive that I can stall my ability. So here we are going in. Oh, my bladed dive's going to run out. Okay, so I'm going to use power burst. Alright, in we go. Let's rejoin. Now still stalled because I used power burst. Alright, so that's if you ever feel like you're not really going to make it in. And there's the SGB stall. Alrighty, boys and girls, that's it from me today. If you felt like you learned something, please leave a like on the video. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them below in terms of what you would like to see in my next guide. As always, I stream daily on Twitch, twitch.tv/tark_shop. Come check me out. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.